Hi there, welcome to Apple World. So Vivica Fox needs to let 50 Cent go, and 50 could never have made it any more clear. Clearly, Vivica is as yet fixating on her ex 50 Cent and would take him back instantly. Yet 50 Cent, then again, has made it clear he doesn't need her back. Will Vivica at long last take the clue and back off, or is she not abandoning her first love the vast majority of the time? Yes, I was exceptionally drawn to him. Actually, yes, Vivica has had her reasonable part of bombed connections, and the one with 50 Cent is one of them. The two began dating in 2003, and it was a relationship that nobody had at any point expected. After all, both of them were direct. Inverses yet opposites are inclined toward one another, right? They originally gave indications of a potential relationship at the BET Grants when during this discourse, 50 said something on Vivica's dress. You realize I need to take Vivica Fox to win that dress too. Now clearly Vivica was submitting when one thing prompted one more in a flash, and the two began dating. They made their public presentation at the 2003 MTV Video Music Grants with a hit honorary pathway clasping hands, discuss a hard lunch the fans had previously been guessing, and this main demonstrated them right. Their relationship was the most sizzling subject, as were their professions. Thus, much went down around that time. It was insane in light of the fact that 50 Cent was the most smoking rapper then, at that point, and he had recently dropped his collection Get Rich or Pass on Attempting, and it exploded, selling a monstrous 12 million duplicates overall. And think about the thing, Vivica Fox was killing it in her acting vocation as well. She had proactively featured in significant motion pictures like Freedom Day, Set It Off. Two can play that game, and even Kill Bill. So clearly they were in the public eye constantly, yet Vivica wouldn't fret since she was at that point overwhelmed with passion for 50 pennies. Evidently he was dealt with more like a sovereign. So for my birthday he overflowed, filled my whole house with my one blossoms, which were cassable ancas and gardenias. He's actual heartfelt, and he resembles a major teddy bear. And see, I realize that side of him, and he's actual sweet and exceptionally kind and gives the best embraces. 56 appeared to be similarly, however, enamored as Vivica seemed to be, and he was in any event wanting to propose to her. Was he in adoration with you? Especially, I feel that the justification for why it's needed me for so long this year, I figured out later that he needed to propose to me, yet what should be a 12-carat wedding band transformed up into a couple of studs, and all on the grounds that Vivica drove 50 crazy. This is valid that she went to 12-person ring into a couple of hopes, better believe it, and their relationship disintegrated as fast as it began, and a great deal of variables played into that, like the absence of security they had and the way that they opened up to the world too early. The age hole between them was an issue too. She was 38 while 50 was 27, and he was extremely juvenile. 50 was in any event circumventing letting everyone about know their adoration life like, and that most certainly irritated Vivica. Gracious man, my adoration life is extraordinary. It resembles the initial time, however, when Vivica gives you the thumbs up and says she going to get stripped in your that is it. Great, and it's energizing. Are you ready to hold out quite some time in the past? No. Is she boisterous in bed? Like, did she cause a ton of clamor? Began to feel like he was losing his trouble. Clear picture, and that is the reason he separated with Vivica. However, he wasn't sufficiently extreme to do it eye to eye. Rather, Vivica needed to figure out she had been unloaded through a public broadcast. He was on the radio's convenient unloaded me. You figure out on the radio, definitely my companion. Called me. I was in Baltimore, very much like folks telling everyone you all split up. Furthermore, I was as we did, so he never by and by said it's an envelope. 50 certainly humiliated her in front of the world, telling everyone he didn't actually dump her. He recently quit calling her. It resembles being left all red, which is difficult. However, at point, he guaranteed that she was just involving him for exposure. I feel like, how individuals were exploiting what is happening to the extent that I distributes they were involving you for exposure. By the day's end, they just couldn't deal with all the exposure and consideration. Their relationship was destroying the central thing, that what the relationship was, that we just went too open too quick. It was whenever that I first opened up to the world about the relationship that I ought to have perhaps taken the time. Obviously, Vivica couldn't keep silent about what 50 had said, and she needed to tell the world she wasn't involving him for exposure. He was like, she's taking advantage of me. She's attempting to involve me for you, no to get exposure. and which was so false I was going to be in a film with you realize Oscars winning entertainers and I've been representing years, yet you realize I recently viewed as that ghetto love that was his approach to managing it despite the fact that 50 was the person who said a final farewell to Vivica. He was still negligible after the separation. He even dumped her in a portion of his tunes, like in this melody, Get in My Vehicle, where he said my game F with a B cerebrum till she assumes she wifey no doubt consumed her time on earth, investment funds, in a day since she prefers me responsibility. From me, not likely went out Vivica I thought I was onto something. However, at that point, 1 week from now, nah man, it was nothing. He caused it to appear as though he wasn't even dedicated to Vivica the entire time, making her terrible search before the world, and how I felt driving down the road, and it would come on the radio, yet here's the distinction among them. Vivica is still infatuated with 50, and she would take him back any day. Would you reunite? We would begin as companions. We could begin as companions who knows never say never 50. Then again, isn't intrigued even after he was the first to connect and ask her to be in his music video. Would you at any point date her again? Well, the melody is about when connections don't work significance. You won't date any longer. Not any longer, no gay. I came here to get you tired, however things between them went. T South again after 50 offered a few remarks on the show realm where Vivica was a piece of the project. 50 Cent guaranteed that the show was losing appraisals as a result of an excess of gay stuff, and Vivica wouldn't allow him to talk down her show like that, so she concealed him, and suggested that he was gay himself. Hello, I'm calling the pot dark. So, you're not hinting this. Definitely he's gay later. This 50 didn't keep down. He was hauling her left and right, ridiculing Vivi. K before the entire world. This is the way he answered. I don't realize cause a little lick my butt she believes I'm gay. He posted a photograph of her on Instagram with the subtitle, Good gracious, she believes I'm gay since I let her lick my butt. Stand by. I didn't need her to. She constrained me and my options were limited. 50 Shades of Dim kept on savaging Vivica and posting images and posts about her medical procedure, showing her she shouldn't cross him again. Then it got extremely chaotic. Vivica proceeded with the battle, and she posted a photograph of 50 people wearing cosmetics with the subtitle, Let you know, everything 50 pennies since you continue to tell that lie. I challenge you. We should both go on Bravo, watch Happens Live, and we could settle this that never occurred and you realize it. Sovereign the beat happened for just about 2 years. Ultimately, they set everything to the side and crushed their meat. They even cooperated again sooner or later until they began signaling again. These two simply never stopped when 50 Cent figured out that Vivica expounded on their confidential lives in her book consistently. I'm hustling. He was distraught at all the New York Everyday News, who's distributed an article where Vivica referenced that their cozy minutes were valued. What's more, at times not excessively unequivocal, she likewise said she frequently started sex and she truly appreciated being with him. It was entertaining to perceive how trouble 50 Cent was pretty much with this large number of titles, despite the fact that he had spoken about their sexual coexistence in the past. He felt put off that Vivica was all the while discussing their relations, even after 20 years. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.